Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing? I got Hunter and Mary on, two of the amazing team members we have, full-time staffers for votemcmurray.com. We're going to talk about where we are in the race. Let's just bring them on. Come on, guys.
Hey there.
You guys there?
Yeah. Hey, Nate.
How you doing? So how's it going?
Things are going well on the ground. Just tonight, we had a phone bank run by our other members of our field team, Ken and Barry. People are calling and texting, over 22,000 texts and calls out so far tonight.
But let me cut to the chase before we get into all that. We only, look, guys, we're going to go through the numbers. So we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. We have a lot of work to do. We only have about 10% of the overall vote in, and it's neck and neck. And we know there's going to be a huge surge of Republican voters on Election Day. It is what it is. We know the numbers for NY27. I'm so sick of talking to reporters who say, well, can you win at NY27? Acting like we've somehow done something wrong in the past when we've had such good results and still lost. When I say good results, it means huge numbers of Republicans and independents voting for me, and we still lost. It can be really aggravating to hear, oh, well, what are you doing wrong? We're not doing anything wrong. We're in a district that's very, very unfair, but we can still win. So to win, we're talking about the reality tonight, not the fluff, not the puffery. How can we win? And I'm going to break it down by every district. And guys, keep your comments short because I want to give people the information they need to help us win. Mary, you go first. Any thoughts on that first opening statement?
Right. I mean, the fact that this is an R+11 district, and the fact that that you have overperformed consistently, for the past two elections like that, shows that not only Democrats are showing up for you, but also there's spillover from Republicans and non-affiliated voters.
So the story out there is that in the media is, oh, there's a huge wave of Democratic voters across the country. Not the case necessarily in NY27. Maybe in Erie County a little bit, but not in NY27. And don't be worried, guys. We don't process bad information. We identify problems and overcome the problems. So let's break it down, county by county. Let's start off with Ontario County. Do we have the numbers about the number of people who voted so far in Ontario County after geez, how long? 3 days? 3 days of early voting. How many people have voted in early voting so far, Hunter?
So between absentees and early, for what I have so far that are in, it's looking at about 4,300 people, which is about 9% of Ontario County's registered electorate.
That's it, 9%, 4,300 people. So if you live in Ontario County, that means Canandaigua, Farmington, we need you to talk to your friends now. Get them out to vote immediately. 9% is nothing. We need everybody out to vote. It's our only chance to win. We could talk about it all day long, but time is running out. We really want to have all of our votes stored before Saturday. So 4,300. Hunter, let's go to the next one. We go to Monroe County.
We've got about 2,000 people, and that is because we don't have a lot of Monroe County, but it's still only about 10% of Monroe County.
10% of our Monroe County, that's Mendon. We in other areas, in the surrounding areas, we need you guys to talk to your friends. I keep hearing people telling me they voted. Thank you. I mean, I'm really grateful you voted, but you got to go get your friends to vote. We cannot win by saying I voted. We don't have the numbers. We have to have an extraordinary, astounding turnout. So 10% Monroe County, it's great, but we need more. We need to get it up to 70, 80% for us to have a chance to win. Go ahead. No, that's two. Let's go to the next one. Where's the next one would be? Let's go to Orleans County.
Orleans County, about 2,000 for a grand total of 8.3% of the electorate there.
Orleans County, that's I'll be in. I'll be there on Wednesday. That's Waterport. There's a lot of places there, but we need you guys to come out. Orleans County, we need you. Lyndonville, come on out. Talk to your friends. Got to get your friends out to vote. Let's go right next to the next county over, Niagara County. Let's talk about Niagara County.
Niagara County, we've got in 8,400 votes there so far. Again, a little bit over 9% of the vote.
So these are pretty consistent. We're about 9% of the vote. 8,300 is a lot of votes, guys, but it's not enough to win. Not even close. And we got killed in Niagara County every single time. That's one of our weakest counties, sadly, because it's the county I grew up in. If you live in Niagara County, if you live in anywhere near Lewiston, Youngstown, Wilson, Newfane, Pendleton, any of those places, we need Sanborn. Talk to your friends. In your household, how many votes can you get? In your family, how many votes can you get? Because there's a lot of people who are just not going to vote for us no matter what. You got to get your friends out to vote. We only have a couple more days to do it. Please help. Moving on. Let's go. We'll save the biggest county for last. Genesee County.
Genesee, we don't have the totality of their data. I did talk with their Board of Elections. Got a couple thousand that have early voted so far. They've had long lines, and it's still sitting at about that 8-9% mark for us.
Don't let those long lines confuse you guys, or think that we're doing great. It doesn't mean anything. You can see it's only a fraction of the overall vote. We need everybody out to vote. Livingston County.
Livingston, we got 3,800 there. It's 9.3%. Again, still pretty consistent.
Guys, we need you. Come on out and vote. We do not want to lose this. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck across New York State. And we don't want to be the one district that doesn't win. Some of these districts are about to go blue. We need NY27 to go blue too. Going on to Wyoming County.
Wyoming, so the data that I have in shows about 1,435, which is 6%, but I did just get a text from Cindy Appleton right before we got on stream and said we got 1,000 total actually early votes. So again, that puts us at about 8.5%.
8.5. We need to hit. I'd like to hit well over 50 before Saturday.
Yep.
It's the only way we're going to have a chance. So guys, honestly, this is an all-day effort. Look at who's in your family. Look at your friend list. Make some calls. Remind them to go to vote. It's the only way we got a chance. Think about the people on your street you can get out to vote. It's our only chance. Going on to
Erie.
I guess Erie is the last one, the big one. When I say big one, I mean the highest population. How many in Erie?
So 27,386 people in Erie County have either submitted their absentee ballot or they have early voted. That puts us at about 13% of Erie County there. I just want to also preface with that all of this data is just from the 2 days before. All the polls haven't closed yet, so we haven't gotten back the data. We could have more people, but we still need you. If you voted today, you voted Sunday, you voted Saturday, how many more people can you get out to the polls?
It's our only way, guys. Again, and listen, I keep saying it. If we lose, good luck getting rid of Jacobs. And they're gonna exchange NY25. They're gonna change NY26. So if you like your Congress people out there, they're gonna be at risk because if Jacobs is in there with Tom Reed or a Tom Reed replacement, they're gonna cut up NY27. It could even be bigger. And it's going to be even more difficult to get rid of Chris in the future, I think. I think he might end up getting a lot of Tom Reed's area. So this is a really important election for a lot of reasons. Also, do you want to listen? I was very upset. Did you guys? I'll get into a second. Mary, your thoughts on these early voting numbers?
Right. I think seeing the lines is really impactful, and it can lull us into that false sense of like, oh, everybody's turning out, and it feels really exciting. But just today, I had dinner with my family, and it was like, when are you voting? My mom's voting early tomorrow. My brothers and my dad have all turned in their absentee ballots, and I'll be early voting in Genesee County tomorrow too. So
let me talk. There's a folks here. Jane, always good to see you. Did my 100 postcards, just sort of signs, voted for you, prayed for you. Oh, Jane, I know that you've been one of the best since the get-go. We have great love and appreciation for everything you've done. And if you guys have already done all you can, don't feel overwhelmed by what I'm saying tonight. It's my job to push out the vote. Kelly, hi, how are you? Christopher, how you doing? Mary, good. Loved your letter, by the way. Misty, she says, very presumptuous of you to assume I have friends. I'm sure you have lots of friends, and we're your friends. Marin, good to see you. Guys, we got to get you. So do what you can. Think about who you do have in your life to get out to vote. You may have saw the article in the Buffalo News this morning. I'll talk about what I think about it, and I'll hear your comments, everybody. It's ridiculous. I mean, he justified taking my opponent justified children being taken from the borders. He, after struggling with a few weeks, he's come against QAnon, but he defended his vote against discrimination against Asians, and he defended his vote, making it more difficult for minority students who've been the victims of discrimination to bring lawsuits seeking justice for the harm caused to them in schooling. His record is atrocious, and he's still a proud Trumper. And on the day when so many are dying or exposed to this illness, for him to talk about Trump the way he did in the paper this morning, it's thoroughly troubling, disgusting, whatever adjective you want to use. Mary, you have any comments? Did you read that article?
Yeah, I gave it a quick look this morning, and I was just like, I'm really always, I don't know, just shocked at how nice Jacob sounds sometimes. Like he's saying, he's really good at saying really horrific things really nicely.
Which makes it even more dangerous. Hello?
Yeah.
You there, Mary? You gone?
Oh, no, I'm here.
It makes it even more dangerous when Einstein said, "Beware flatterers." And the fact that he's justified the things this president has done at this time, and the way he does it, he sits there and smiles and says, "Hi, everything's great," and so does Tom Reed, for that matter. It's even more troubling because sometimes when you see Trump screaming, it's so easy to say, "Oh, he's a bad guy," but it's harder to say someone's a bad guy when they're saying, "Oh, I'm such a wonderful person, love me," when they're justifying Trump. But that's how fascist regimes and terrible groups have come to power. Hunter, your thoughts on it?
Well, I just love how in the past two endorsements that the editorial board has done of Jacobs, they paint him as, he'll return to this moderate standpoint, and he'll be the boy that we all knew him as when he was in public office before this. But this article paints a totally different picture of somebody that's just so ready to get behind these, what they called themselves, fatal policies of the Trump administration.
I know. I know. And listen, I think what Mary's people are more, like, our campaign is not corporate. And sometimes sincerity or the rawness of our campaign is unsettling to the corporate establishment. And corporate shellac can really make things that are really abominable, from climate change to a million other horrible things that have been inflicted upon us, seem actually good and nice. And the amount of corporate shellac that's gone into the hate shared or spread by the Jacobs team is horrific. And I get very, very physically upset when I think about the fact that the take of the Buffalo News is literally to say, this is a man who has done everything wrong, has had terrible political judgment, and we hope that Trump goes away. Even though he's responsible for defending Trump, we're going to be there for him. Because we're hoping he is rewarded despite his bad judgment and the fact that he's responsible for this man who's led to the deaths of so many Americans. Mary, any thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, the fact that they're just like allowing him to waffle is just, that's not what good journalism should do, right? But with the other thing that I was really shocked about, the art that really surprised me, was I didn't know that the wanting to repeal the scaffold law, I didn't know that was a Chris Collins. I didn't realize it was a Chris Collins original.
He's been Chris Collins. Listen, he's more dangerous than Chris Collins, because, like, I always say this to people, Chris Collins was so in your face about what he wanted to do. Chris smiles, and like he keeps smiling and says, "I'm doing the exact same thing. I hope you enjoy it," which is just so scary to me. It's so what's that movie, American Psycho? Hunter, any thoughts on it?
The one thing that Mary brought up that I really connect with there is the good journalism aspect. You're supposed to be in journalism to call truth to power, not aid and abet it, and make sure that it can just go untouched and unfettered and run its course. You're supposed to put your foot down and say, these policies are fatal, and this is why we don't agree with the man that agrees with them. Every single paper across like New York State that has been endorsing Republicans said the same.
Oh yeah, it's the same. Well, listen, upstate papers, a lot of them are conservative. It's not just us. Sometimes we're like, oh, why are we being treated this way? It's not just us. If you look at Dana Balter's race, both papers in that region endorsed her competitor, and she's got a 40-40. I think this. Did you see her commercials they're using against her? The same exact template they're using against me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she is somehow in league with AOC and all these people, Dana Balter, and so am I, and so are all of us. Like, AOC, listen, the Republicans are responsible for AOC's rise as much as anybody. They've made her into this, super powerful figure, which has given her more notoriety and fame, really. She's a junior congresswoman who the Democratic Party has tried in many ways to take out. And to undermine. And if you watch the commercials by the Jacobs camp and the CAC and all these other people that have been running against Democratic candidates, you'd think she's the most powerful person in the country.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and Katko has always been the beautiful moderate. I mean, he sat with the Democrats at his first State of the Union, and he got behind Trump in a big way this election year. Not in 2016, but now he endorsed him. And
just like Jacobs.
Yep, exactly.
It's a very similar situation. And these guys who are pretending to be nice guys while they're supporting these horrible policies. Can you imagine if Jacobs somehow steals they asked me today when I was interviewed by the same paper that do I really believe that they're going to take away a woman's right to choose or gay marriage? And I'm like, who knows? Can anybody say for certain what's coming next? Who knows?
Yeah.
Any thoughts about that? I mean, I thought that those battles were done. I never thought in my lifetime we'd be talking about gay marriage again. But we are. So, what are your thoughts on that? Hold on a second. Oh, wait a second. Somebody's here. What's up? Wait, I'm live. What's up? How can I help? Were you roughing a game? Give me sign language. Okay. I'll see. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see text. I apologize. You were good. I'll look at your texts. No, you don't have to, man. We'll talk later. I'm sorry. That's that is?
Is that Amber?
It's Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Amber's a member of our team that she's part of the finance team, and she dropped off some papers for me here. I don't know what they are, but sorry about that, guys.
No, totally fine. Always good to be interrupted.
I should probably see what she's up with. What's going on with her? You guys might. I mean, she wouldn't have come here unless it was important. You mind? Okay. Let's sum this up because I can talk to you both all night. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, how are we feeling? What's your overall assessment where we are right now?
I think we're in a good spot. I think people are fired up. I just think that we can't let off the gas the next week, and obviously the next week, but then not even until all the ballots are counted. That's when the fight ends, and that could be that could be the middle of November, that could be the end of November. Like, that's what we have to be looking at.
You're a brilliant person. I got to say that to you. We have a smart team right now. And I think when I hear you speak sometimes, I think I'm so grateful that we have you on our team. Hunter, what do you think?
So we can't take our foot off the gas, just like Mary said. We have 9% basically overall voter turnout right now. Let's make that, like you said, Nate, 50% by the end of this week before we even touch the voting.
If everybody on my Facebook and my Twitter, and by the way, we were on Twitch before AOC was on Twitch. Correct or incorrect? We were on Twitch first.
All thanks to Torin.
Live on Twitch. Thank you, Torin. Twitch.
Lauren.
If everybody on my Twitch and everybody on my Instagram and all this stuff decided to go get their friends, we'd win easy. But you guys got to talk to your friends. It's not all on one person. Think every single day. Think, if you're listening to this right now, like I said, if you guys are listening to this right now, think about, is there one person tomorrow I can call to get the vote? And then think about it the next day. One person. I've been too close twice to take anything for granted. And when I see those long lines, part of me thinks good, part of me thinks, oh, people are going to get complacent. Do not be complacent. I will be a congressperson. If you guys know anything about me, I have put my soul into this. I think even the Republicans can see it. I think everybody can see it. I've put my whole heart into this. Did the camera fall? Oh wait, no, I hit the hit the live stream. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, Torin. I don't know what's going on with this camera today. You guys see what's happening? What happened there? I'll put it down here. Are we back to normal? I think we are.
Yeah, we're fine.
We've been trying this so hard to win and doing everything we can to win for such a long time. And I think even the Republicans, sometimes Republican people come up to me, like operatives, people who are in the party, and they're like, "You work hard, Nate. Your team works hard." Yeah, we do. Do you think that the Jacobs team has written 70,000 postcards or whatever we've done? You think they've made hundreds of thousands of phone calls? You think, if you look at their fundraising list, it's crazy how many sources of fundraising we have, thanks to people like Mary, versus the sources of fundraising the Jacobs team has. It's crazy, totally crazy.
Yeah, let's just talk about those numbers for like one quick second. So our average donation is like $61. And Jacob's average donation, well, in Q3, so from July to September, his average donation from 186 people compared to our 3,500 donors was around 1,100. That's about 17 times larger. That's about 17 times our donation. That's crazy. And
there's no
and
numbers
13
like
people on that list of that 186 had the last name Jacobs.
Mary, I hate to say this, but the fact that we're even competitive and the numbers that we throw up in every single way, there should be books written about this. I mean, we've done amazing things. And I say it's us on the call and everybody out there listening at home and other people on Twitch. I mean, I think it's amazing what we've done. I just don't want all that goodwill to go to waste. I think when you lose an election, sometimes there's an assumption that people did something wrong, and I think we haven't. We've done more right than almost anybody in New York State. And the second thing is there's an assumption that all that goodwill sometimes, even if you try, it does fade a little bit. And I'm not really worried about me. I'll be fine. I'm more worried about this region and all the efforts of all the people I know that support me. I remember after my first loss, it was a little bit like going to an apartment you used to live in that you don't live in anymore. And you're like, hey, I used to be there. My cups used to be in that cupboard. We had Christmas in that house, but you're not allowed in. And all that goodwill is gone, and it's all like vanished like ghosts or like dreams. I don't want it to be the case for all the goodwill in NY27, all the parties on farms, all the get out the vote efforts. If we win, we will use this to create a progressive movement for upstate New York. And I mean progressive, I think we need to hold both sides accountable. Both sides. And I know some of the Democratic people that support me feel upset when I say this, but the kids on my campaign and the adults on my campaign, sorry guys, I'm way older than you guys, but like the young people on my campaign, they know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about establishment folks who do not really want change. They're up in the castle. When the victory is won, they come down from the castle and say, we did it, when other people have been fighting the war. And, we've been fighting the war, and so many people have been fighting for the issues that we believe in. And my team has made me better, smarter, more understanding, more empathetic. The generation gap has been good. We have people that are 80 years old and people that are 21 years old, and people that are 15 years old. And I just really want to win, not just for me, but for all of us. If we lose, to be honest with you, part of me is going to be, I'm going to love kind of not being in the public eye for a while. But having everything you do scrutinized and unable to go anywhere without a camera on you, even in this race in a congressional district in upstate New York, I don't know how people do it. Like AOC, I don't even know how she does it. But I really want to win because I think it'd be good for our region. I know I would do a good job. So sorry to preach, but that's what I feel. Mm-hmm. Last words first, we'll start with Hunter. And Hunter, thanks for everything you're doing. The field team is killing it. We've killed it for a long time now. But anything you want to say, Hunter?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to our field organizers, Barry and Ken, who are, I think, right now just wrapping up the first of our many GOTV phone banks. You can sign up for those, mobilize.us/McMurray for Congress. We've got shifts all day, every day leading up to the election. So please come and help.
Phone banks means you're on the phone, texting, or calling, and that's how we get out the vote. Let's say you don't know anybody. Misty says she has no friends. I don't believe it. But if Misty, if that's the truth, we're your friends, A, and B, we can set you up to text or call from home, and that will help. Any last words for Mary?
No, you just gotta, get out the vote. I think finance is going to be, we're still raising money, we're still writing emails, but we are even transitioning halftime to get out the vote. Like, that's how important this is.
And we're also raising money right now so I can pay these guys to make sure they count every single vote in September. And you're like, well, why do we got to pay them? Because they're human beings who have to eat and pay their rent just like everybody else.
Thanks, Nate.
And they've given up so many opportunities. And if you realize the sacrifice of this young team, I literally want to cry. Because it's not like we're paying you a ton of money. And the stress of it sometimes when I think about what you guys are going through, I don't want to sound over dramatic, but there's times where I can't sleep because I realize the sacrifices you all have made too. And I don't know what to say. It's humbling and heartwarming. So
I want to be anywhere else doing anything else right now. So this is something that Torin had said to us yesterday night, was that when we're talking to our children 20, 30 years from now, we're going to tell them exactly what we were doing during 2020. And that was fighting the good fight. And literally there's
for
nothing.
Healthcare,
yeah.
For equality, for all the things that I tried to represent and we try to represent as a team and as a people. And I'm grateful. Yeah. Listen, I love the new situation, to be honest with you, because it's almost like we have like in the old days, it would just be me and Torin and Matt in a car. And it was impossible to have any type of separation between us. We were way too connected to the point where I was like my kids would be in the car, or I'd be in the car with Matt for 18 hours a day. But I'll be honest, don't take this the wrong way, guys. Now when I see you guys, I like the fact that everyone's a little bit nervous when I come around and I have to leave so you guys can let your hair down and have a good time.
We miss you. We'll see you soon.
No. I told Austin last night. I said, look, I'm not going to stay for your team dinner because I want you guys to have fun. And if I'm there, they're all trying to make sure that it's a little bit awkward. So I want to get out of there. You guys to have fun. So we had just everyone knows we had a full-time team dinner last night. Is that what you guys did? That's what I told them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thai food. It was nice.
I didn't want to give you guys unnecessary stress or anything. So I was like, I'm not going to be there, but do it. So, but I do care about you guys. That was my way of showing I care about you guys by not being there.
We love it.
Right. And we had fun, but we got a lot done. So,
of course you did with Austin. Hey, Austin, man, that guy is such a straight arrow. It's ridiculous. He gets nervous when if he and I together could be it's like an odd couple pairing. He's so straight laced and everything I do, I'm so out there and overly gregarious with the public. I think I sometimes make him feel uncomfortable, but
it's
all
really
right, we'll get off.
Austin.
What are you saying?
I said it's really fun to make Austin uncomfortable. I recommend everybody try it at least once.
He can be so uptight. All right. I love you guys. I love the people out there. I love NY27 just to make sure we're covering any questions people have. Because I love telling Dwayne and I are going to do another town hall. I love to talk to Dwayne. I love talk. And if I win this race, I pledge I'll do 3 debates with whoever the Republican candidate is going forward. I have nothing to hide. I hate the fact that we have to hide what we believe. Let me see here. Questions people have. I turned in my absentee ballot today at 7 p.m. and I couldn't believe that there was still a line. People are invigorated. I know they are, Sherry, but we got to keep pushing people. Ken, thank you, Ken, for sharing that.
I can.
Jane.
Ken.
Amber Hill, sorry interrupted. Go Mary and Hunter. Amber, what was going on, man? You scared me to death. Tom Reed is running for governor. Notice the Cuomo images. Yeah, you're right, Jane. He's setting it up, and he's going to give his seat to Chris Jacobs. How gross. And I hate to say there's probably some other people in cahoots on this deal. Tom Reed would be the worst governor we could get. What do you guys think? Disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Wait, I got to say one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If this was based on merit, who would win? Take the field game out of it, which has been incredible, because they don't do field the way we do it. Take the fundraising from small dollar donations out of it. Who cares, right? Forget it. Take the fact that I was talking about the COVID-19 in January. Go back to my Twitter. I said, this is going to be a problem in January. Go back to me saying we need to prepare for it in January. Buffalo News says we don't have judgment. I think my judgment is pretty darn good. Chris Jacobs has been so unprepared for both of his debates. It's shocking. Those debate performances are going to be haunting him for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Those bumbling debate performances. The first debate, it was shocking because he wouldn't even answer basic questions. He thought him, reading some tweet from me from out of context from 2 years ago was going to win him the debate. And in the second debate, he stood on the stage and praised President Trump. After all of this, he doubled down on his nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What were you saying? Go ahead, Mary. Any thoughts on that?
I think, Hunter, you were going to say something.
I just said no wonder why he doesn't want to show up to these debates. Come on, he gets the first debate. Say what you will about it, but you rocked him. In the second debate, you and Dwayne rocked him.
I'm so proud of my first debate. I don't care what you guys say or anybody else says. and every time I go to any of the unions, they're like, "You killed him in that debate. We loved it." Like regular people loved that debate, and honestly, I loved it, and I will forever in my heart love to look at his arrogant, snotty, entitled face, looking genuinely terrified as I stood on that stage.
I was cheering that debate on like a Bills game. I
just say to you, by the way, when I came out of that debate, I was even more mean to him afterwards, because I was like, look, you helped it. I said to him, I'll tell you what I said to him. I said it on the stage, but I said it even in more harsh terms afterwards. I said, you are one of the most entitled people in America. You have more privilege. He wouldn't look me in the eyes, and I was staring right at him. I was like on the stage right in front of him, so he could
old evil eye McMurray over here.
And I said, you didn't have to sell out to win. You didn't have to do this. You are responsible for this for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And then I walked out, and my son Moses and Austin were running down the hall, and they said, that was awesome. I'll never forget the faces of Austin and Moses when I walked out. Anyway, take care, guys. Go to sleep or do whatever you're going to do. We got a couple hours. Get up in the morning. 10% of the people have voted. Let's get the rest of the people out to vote. Thank you for being on the team, and thank you for doing this. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Nate.
Bye, guys.